played 21 and 42 before the break. You've got 27 and 54 after the break.
Yeah.
What are you focusing on during a really important week of practice?
Everything. We're trying to look at our game. We're reminding our players how we play via video, and then we're trying to reinforce with some of the drills we're using on the ice. So we're trying to touch on really every part of our game. And when we get San Jose, we want to be ready to play at the speed that we need to be at for this time of the year if there was no break. So we're really challenging our players to make sure they're sharp mentally, and it's our job as coaches to make sure our practices are such where they feel like their pace is where it needs to be, but they're still energized, ready to go.
Can the details start to slip when there's a lack of practice time?
You mean when the schedule gets busy
Yeah.
like that? Absolutely. I mean, that's the hard part, and I think that's where the mental side of the game comes in, where players have to make sure their mindset is in the right place, and I think as coaches we have to find different ways to teach and different ways to challenge the players to make sure they're understanding and they're staying sharp with those details, because really at the end of the day that's what wins you games. Like the teams that are, I believe in the structural side of it, but the teams that are good with their habits and their details give themselves a chance to win every night.
Right. You mentioned yesterday that Frost and Farabee hadn't actually had a single practice with the group. How important is this opportunity for you to go over some of the details with them over the next couple of days?
Yeah, it's not even the individual side of it. They've been in some meetings, as I mentioned, with some of the video sessions that we've had with the team and will have with the team. We're touching on all our systems again. So if there's language or lingo that they're like, what is this guy talking about? We're able to clear it up now a little bit, and then we can reinforce when we meet them as individuals. So it's just, I think it's a good refresher for all of our players, not just those two guys.
Do their heads seem a little less spinny than
Totally. Yeah, totally. I mean, that's a tough one when they came in the way they did. Having no practice time, it's basically just playing games and trying to figure out their teammates and different line mates and where do I fit in here. I think getting a chance to kind of decompress like in their situation was a good thing for them.
I know there's no revelations at this time of the season, but a chance to take a step back, watch some video, stuff like that for you, does it change anything or highlight anything you want to focus on?
Not so much. I mean, I think what we do have at this stage of the season is a good understanding of what our team is and how we have to play to have success. So I think it drives home the point that we try to make with our players, that they recognize when they're playing to Calgary Flames hockey and when they're not. And we're going to stay with that because we believe that's what's going to allow us to win games.
Right, a little bit of a different vein. Guys have commented that they get along really well off the ice, that they're spending time with one another, they feel settled. Do you as a coach notice when guys are getting time away from the rink with each other? Do you feel that?
Sure. Well, I mean, you do. I mean, I always gauge the room in the morning. Like, are they talking when they come in? And usually you get the best indicator of how close a room is when you're going through some challenging times when the team's not winning. Our guys, in whatever situation we've been in this year, there's always been good energy where they've enjoyed being around the rink, which is important for us. And in turn, there's a lot of laughing when they're in situations where they can laugh, and I do think that's important for a team, that they enjoy being around each other. And when we do get together on the road, and we're going to have some great road trips coming up, they will get tons of time together. And I know from speaking to some of the older players, they really do think this is one of the stronger teams they played on in regards to the personalities and how everybody connects.
As a coach, can you cultivate? Can you foster that at all?
Well, we work every day to try to create an environment that guys want to be around. So that's something that we take a lot of pride in as a coaching staff. Now, there's a lot of variables that change that on a daily basis. But I think as a coach, if we're very consistent with how we are on a daily basis, then eventually the players are going to be that way too.